Loyola Marymount forward Hank Gathers died tonight after collapsing on the court in the first half of Loyola's game against Portland.
But tonight in Los Angeles, a story that transcends all merriment that is usually the world of sports. Hank Gathers, at 6:55 West Coast time, he was pronounced dead.
Hank Gathers, a college basketball legend, a man who played every possession like it was his last. But before the headlines, before the tragedy, there was just a kid from North Philly with a dream and a basketball in his hands.
Hank! Hank!
Eric Hank Gathers was born on February 11, 1967 in North Philadelphia, a place known more for struggle than opportunity, poverty, violence, and a system that didn't expect much from kids like him, especially young black men.
During this time, crime plagued the city.
From Philly, on the East Coast. I grew up in a pretty bad neighborhood.
But Hank found something different, something that gave him purpose. Basketball. It wasn't just a game, it was his way out.
But Hank wouldn't get off the damn court. Every day after practice, "Hank, could I stay and shoot around a little bit?" And I always said yes, and he would stay there. Nobody else was there.
At Dobbins Tech High School, he made a name for himself, and not alone. Alongside him was his best friend, future teammate Bo Kimball. These two were inseparable, brothers on and off the court. They had this unmatched chemistry that led Dobbins to a city championship, and in the process, made sure their whole country knew their names.
I think after that, that's when really Hank and Bo really blew up on the national scene. I mean, they were already great players and being heavily recruited, but I think it really went to another level after we won King of the Bluegrass and all the respect we got from that.
In 1985, Hank and Bo committed to the University of Southern California, a major D1 school, big stage, bright lights, but the fit wasn't right. There were politics, coaching changes, and a system that didn't showcase Hank's abilities.
Fortunately, scholarships got taken from them and they ended up going to LMU, Loyola Marymount.
Yeah, I was getting recruited with Loyola, man. I actually visited USC, but by then George Ravlin was the coach.
They didn't like that man one iota. Hank calls me up, he said, "Coach, we're transferring." I said, "Wait a minute."
He wasn't a role player. He needed freedom on the court. So after one season, the duo made a bold move. They transferred together to Loyola Marymount University, a small Catholic school on the West Coast, barely known for basketball. But they weren't looking for fame. They were looking for the right system. And with Coach Paul Westhead, they found it. He was a 6'7", 210-pound machine who could sprint, rebound, and finish. Teams couldn't keep up with the pace, let alone stop Hank. By the 1988-89 season, he was putting up 32.7 points and 13.7 rebounds a game. No one in NCAA history has ever led the nation in both categories until Hank. He wasn't just good, he was special. NBA scouts were taking notice and he was climbing draft boards fast. On December 9, 1989, LMU was playing UC Santa Barbara. Hank stepped to the free throw line, and suddenly he collapsed. The gym goes quiet, trainers rush over. He's helped off the court, but clearly something's wrong. Doctors diagnosed him with ventricular tachycardia, a serious heart condition. He was prescribed medication to regulate it, but it came with a cost.
You can see on this arrow, the arrow I have drawn to one of the normal heartbeats, and then you see circled an abnormal or an early beat, if we can bring that up, of a run of skipped beats. This is called ventricular tachycardia. It's usually abnormal.
The meds slowed down his heart, but also his game. He told coaches, "I don't feel right taking it. It makes me feel like I can't even move out there." That's the conflict, play safe or play free. For Hank, not playing 100% wasn't playing at all. March 4th, 1990, his final game. It was the West Coast Conference Tournament, LMU vs. Portland, NCAA tournament on the line. Early in the game, Hank catches the alley-oop and throws it down. The crowd erupts, and then moments later it happens. Hank collapses. This time it's different though. Hank momentarily gets up, but then falls back down. Trainers sprint to him. Teammates look in horror. The entire arena goes silent. Paramedics came to take him to the hospital, but it was already too late. Hank Gathers was pronounced dead at 6:55 p.m. He was just 23 years old.
Yesterday, Gathers died shortly after making a dunk in Loyola's semifinal tournament game with Portland. Gathers collapsed at midcourt. He was immediately given medical attention, but efforts to resuscitate the 23-year-old failed.
The news hit like a punch to the gut. The basketball world was stunned, heartbroken. A rising star gone, just like that. But LMU, they made a choice. They weren't going to back down. They played on for Hank. And in their first game, Bo Kimball stepped to the free throw line, and with his right hand by his side, He shot the first one left-handed, just like Hank used to do in practice, and he made every one. That moment was bigger than basketball. LMU went on an improbable run to the Elite Eight, fueled by grief, love, and purpose. Hank's death wasn't in vain. His passing led to new protocols and heart screenings for athletes nationwide. Lives were saved because of the awareness his story created. Murals went up in North Philly. His jersey was retired at LMU. He became more than a player. He became a symbol of heart, hustle, and the power of chasing your dreams no matter the odds. He left us far too soon. But in 23 short-lived years, he carved out a legacy that will live forever. Rest in peace, Hank.